Hi, this is Andy Modler. I'm going to show you the steps I use in the Audacity sound editor to create a raw, signed 8-bit PCM data file from a stereo wave file. The raw data file is input into a program tool I wrote that extracts bytecodes from the wave data files. The wave file I am using was digitized from an audio cassette tape. So let's begin. I'll open the WAV file. I had been in this folder before, so I'll pick a WAV file, Swords, and press OK here to get the fastest loading time. So the data on the cassette tape has two channels, and there are two programs stored sequentially on each channel. The data, if we look at it, appears as, if we zoom in here, it is 2000 hertz signals, five cycles of 2000 hertz for a 1 and 2 cycles of 2000 hertz for a 0. I'll zoom out again. So basically I have to pick one of the programs to use. So I'm going to use this bottom program here, this audio segment here. So the first thing I have to do is split the stereo file into two left and right segments. So to do that, I have to go up to the open menu here and select split stereo to mono. So that'll create two mono sections. Now this bottom waveform over here looks better than the top one, so I will deselect the top one and just am left with this single channel with two programs on it. So now I need to isolate out the data for the program, and to do that I'll go in and use the selection tool and drag the area that I want to extract data from. So that's selected, and I will do a copy and then create a new project and paste this copied segment there so I can work on it now. The important thing here now is to change the project rate. It's default to 44,000, and I know that the data is stored at 96,000 hertz, so I have to change that project rate, otherwise the timing will be off for the data that I save. So now I can do some further edits on this file. So let me deselect, and what I want to do is remove the first part of this, just get rid of this this data. So I'll select that and delete, and then at the end of the file, if we zoom in here, we'll see that this just contains a bunch of zeros. Well, not zeros, even it's not even encoded data actually. So here's the encoded data, and then finally I'll zoom out again. This and zoom in. So this is where the data ends, and I want to remove this back tail. So I'll have to go into the select tool again, and right about there, and sweep that down until I get to the end of the file. So this is all data that I don't want to have the conversion program read. Okay, so now I can delete that section and zoom in again, or zoom out, I should say. So here's the data file that I want to save. But before I do that, I need to select it, and then I want to normalize the data. So I go over to Effects, Normalize, and I want to normalize the amplitude to -4 dB. Press OK. And now this data is selected and normalized and ready to be saved as a raw signed 8-bit PCM data file. So to do that, I go over to File, Export as a WAV file, and this is 16-bit PCM. I don't want that. I want to get other compressed files, and when I do that, it shows the header is raw, that there is no header, and it's signed 8-bit PCM encoding. So the final step is to create a file name. So I'll say swords wave raw, and I can save this. You can select whatever data area folder you want, but I'll just keep the one that I've been using in the past. So I'll save that. There happens to be one there already from a previous run, so I'll replace it. And there's no meta tags that I want to associate with this data. So that's it.